Good evening, conformist. Thank you for joining me for another Conformity Farm stream. I will say that I'm very excited for this stream because I had a pretty long day of homework and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm going to go to bed at a reasonable time. And so I can get going for the next day. And then, what do you know? I realized that with Conformity Farm, with this animation, that I have things organized in a way that I can just like pick it up, put a couple hours of work into it, and then get back to it. And I think that it's just a huge upgrade to my work. Anyway, so let's see. I probably started talking too soon. Hold on. These pictures love Sosa. I don't know if that works. Hey, what's up, Gray Fox? Oh, goodness. Gray Fox, good to see you. Good to be seen. We're going to cut into this kind of chip reacting to the guy in the sky, the pie in the sky, if you will. And I like what's going on. Let's take a look. But there's a missing piece of this, so I'd like to get that out of the way. So I don't know how long that's going to take to do. But I think we should add some frames to it. Oh, come on. There we go. Where is the timeline? Oh no, Charlie hears me talking. Charlie, you don't knock over my soda. Uh-oh, is Charlie going to go to her little bed? Oh, there it is. Okay, so it's, yeah, this like little head flip back and forth. Oh, but I want it to come all the way around. Oh, yeah, yeah. I actually want to do a lot of things out of this position. So I want to keep adding frames to this. This is a long dialogue. So I might come back to this. I might do a lot of videos from this perspective. Kind of a 3/4 looking down at the character. You know, Gray Fox, before you know it, you'll be able to animate. You'll be animating as well. So far we have, it appears to be 17 frames. Charlie, are you hungry or something? Am I hungry? It's raining really hard. I wonder how long it's going to rain for. I'm a little worried that my tire is going to have a flat. So I might have to order a car tomorrow or get an Uber. Let's see. What's going on with the weather? It's supposed to rain. It's supposed to start raining. It's supposed to start snowing. And then it's just going to be cold. Sub-freezing. Well, at least we had a nice weekend, huh? It wasn't too bad. What do you think, Gray Fox? Got any notes for this character? You guys probably think I'm looking at a drawing, but the drawing is actually right here. I just fired up the stream and just looking forward. Today it was 63 degrees. So it's like almost like the warm air triggers a cold front. These are American problems. North American problems. All right, anyway. Here's my glove and hey, where's my stylus? No. There it is. I gotta make sure he looks good the way he is. Oh, yeah. You mean the character design? I'm gonna add some frames to him. But yeah, no. Horrible wind. I think the wind is from the changing weather coming in. I think that's, to me, that's what seems like causes wind. Causes wind, I guess. All right, how long have we been on? 6 minutes, not too bad. I was kind of prepping. I need to start the streams with a thing called a trouble slate. That would be just like a graphic. Like, the stream is coming soon. What? I'm not that organized yet. Maybe I'll revamp the stream once. Oh wow! When his head kicks out, his eyes are a little bit open. I think actually keeping his eyes really squinty might be a good aesthetic. Like that, there's a lot of light in his eyes or something. Yeah, he almost kind of looks like a bird. Anyway, all right. I'll move the screen over. Gray Fox, I hope you're doing well. It's always good to hear from you. Charlie. What is it, Charlie? I'm so entertained by my own animation. No. Yeah, his eyes were kind of open, so we're going to have to calm that down, maybe bring it around back to the first spot. Let's see where that goes. So it's there. Wonder if you can go next. No? Yeah. All right, see how he jumps right back in? So that's just 2 frames. So we want to smooth that out. So it actually looks like it's frame 8, 7.3, 7.2, 7.1. Okay. So this is from another time. Okay. So then I went all the way around. So we should probably stay within the 7s and go all the way around. Because then we'll give him different things he can say. Like different reactions and stuff. The animation, in my opinion, for anybody who's keeping track of this, or maybe looks back at these later, for whatever reason, a masterclass in independent animation. The one thing I will say is that, what was I going to say? Hey, you stream really well. I love to become your dedicated fan and support you. Add me on Discord. Really? Well, if you're a dedicated fan, then just follow me on here. We ain't got to rush into the Discord. I haven't been using the Discord that much anyway. I use it for different stuff. But if you want to be a dedicated fan, then I'll see you around. Anyway, what was I talking about? If there was something to learn is that, man, what was I going to say? Yeah, maybe I'm on the crux of learning something, but organization's good. Oh, I know what it is. That if you look back at the old streams, I edited this until the audio really kind of carried it along. Like there's enough audio and dialogue and everything and sounds that, kind of pull it along. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to use the acting through the animation, through the characters to really kind of elevate the project. And so I'll learn this first time around, like, well, it's not come around, what's working and what's not working. Then I'll apply the same organizational tactics to finishing up the graphic novel. Look at the graphic novel and say, okay, what panels do we have to have? And kind of lay that out and rewrite it. It's interesting. I've made some very key changes, some big key changes to the graphic novel as well. If you wait on something long enough, you hold on to it long enough, it will get better. You know, I don't know, man, these timelines, you can get really hard on yourself about timelines and, you know, wanting things to happen really quickly for yourself. And you really can't rush it. And you just got to be confident that you'll be able to make something. And that doesn't work for commoditizing for other people. So sometimes, you know, you want the dream job, but the dream job is really just figuring out how to get an outcome for someone else's profit, not necessarily developing yourself as a creative person. So, yeah. I've always lost out because I'm like one of those people who gives myself a lot of time to come up with a great idea. Well, sometimes you run out of time and you don't have anything. And your idea, actually, because you waited so long, is a last minute thrown together idea, which is murderous, right? It's the opposite of what you wanted. So you get beat out by people who are consistent. And even if they're not as good as you talent-wise, their consistency will make them, they'll get the paycheck. So you can't be too upset to lose work to people like that, consistent people. You just have to be stern about the way you're playing your cards. You know, don't get upset that they're taking money from you and then try to change things to be more like them, or maybe they can help you be more competitive so you can get better. Hey, bro. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. We're about to do some animation. I don't know how to say your name. Games123, Mr. Pones. Mr. Pones. Game123. Welcome to the stream. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so you are going to lose out. You're going to lose out to people who are consistent because they figured out how to get outcomes quickly. And I'll tell you what, man, it's like working on Grand Theft Auto 5 or what's the new Grand Theft Auto? Whatever Grand Theft Auto it is. But like the most cutting edge Grand Theft Auto, right? Like people, they can't wait to get that game. People talk about it. So you'd think working on that game would be the coolest thing in the world. You're not going to realize, like, even if you're the most talented person in that studio, from your perspective, right? Like you acquired the skills that you wanted, you're going to deal with this, like, the way the entertainment industry works oftentimes is they put a trough, they put 12 pigs and a trough with only enough food to feed 5 pigs, you know, or something like that. Survival of the fittest, whatever it is, like whoever, you know, you have to fight for your scraps. And you're going to end up as a person who maybe is like a fine artist or a classical artist, or you feel like you did everything the right way. And you're going to lose out to people who are just epic about their shortcuts and quick turnarounds and stuff because the managers are untechnical people. Maybe this channel SMG4 video. Maybe this channel. What's SMG4? What does that mean? Or is that the name of the channel? Are you trying to put me on something? Don't you dare rickroll me. Do people still rickroll? I think they do. What is it? MS? Let's look it up. MSG4. SM. G4. Oh, what's that? Oh, wow. Is that a YouTuber? Yeah, it's an SMG4. Oh, he's like a... Is this a guy who games?
And? SMG4?
This has gotta be a prank, man.
Explain yourself right now, dude.
Oh, so this is like animation, but...
And how it's all we come together. And I want to give the left.
This guy's huge.
So
Isn't that wild? I'll get introduced to channels, and they're just like... They got more subscribers than people who live in my hometown. Jeez. All right. Let's jump into this cute squirrel. Anybody have any questions for me? Gray Fox. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you. Just had homemade hamburgers. Oh, nice. And washing dishes, watching your stream. All right, so I'm in the background while you get your chores done. I respect that. I respect that. I'm happy to apply my skills to help you get through your day. Great news, great news. Okay. Tablet. All right, am I in the shot? Maybe something like this. If I keep talking, I felt like Charlie's gonna be sneaking by. I guess not. Nothing too crazy in the news. I mean, I was actually thinking about doing a reaction video to the depositions of Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Les Wexner. And those are like 4 or 5 hours long. Well, episode A, Mr. Puzzle YouTube remote. What? I have no idea what you're saying. But I wish you well. So I was actually thinking about doing some reaction videos on stream. So would you watch that, Gray Fox? Is that something you're into? All right. So let's see. Let's make some notes. So this is 7, 7-1, 7-2, 7-3. Okay, 4. Ooh, that's 8. So 8. So we really want 8.1 before we get to back to 9. So let's do 8.1. So did 8.1.2, 8. Excuse me. Bro, what is this drawing image, drawing animation, draw animation? What do you mean? I'm drawing an animation. You need to have a place where people can submit Conformity Farm fan art. I guess that's really what the Discord would be good for. Okay. I'm sub, live, good sound. Oh, thanks. That's what's up. Hell yeah. I'm glad you're subbed. On the YouTubes too. Man, YouTube is really kind of turning into the thing to be into. All right, so you see that blinking? We have 2 frames missing, or that I haven't drawn yet. So we're gonna do those 2 frames. Those frames are gonna try to reel it in from here and bring the head around in 2 frames to here. So I think the way to do this would be from here to maybe here. We would have this one, drop this down, this one, and then wherever 9 is, okay. Letting myself know that's where this is going. Oop. So you gotta stay pretty organized to do this. So I'm closer to the second one with his head back, just to kind of give you some sort of reference. And then, yeah, to his head back. And then we're gonna come and meet his head to the front. So I think it's more like this. Oops. So if the head's here, ooh, this is kind of hard. If the head's here, I think we want to do the cheek. Goodness. Maybe we could steal this one. Like this, to some extent. Oops. Ooh, we might be in morph territory, but let's see. Let's see how it goes. I'm a little worried about this part. We're just gonna do the upper part. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. This might not work. It's all right. It's the first drawing of the stream. I am a little worried, but that's all right. Let's turn down this one. Okay, so this is the new frame. Let's see how it plays through. You like it? Question. Do you attend my convention, art, video, game? Do you attend my conventions? Do I attend any conventions? You know what's kind of interesting? I actually have applied for spaces for certain oh, nice draw. You didn't mean to send an X. Okay, I got you. I did try to get a table at like a really big show in Chicago, and they put me on the reservation. I don't think they know what to do with Conformity Farm. I don't present myself like a lot of brands do outside of the big brands. And I don't, obviously I'm not a big brand. So they put me on like the retainer list. I had to email them over and over again, and they just kind of were like, not this time. And they just didn't know what to do with me. But I did force them to make a call and tell me that they didn't have a space for me. I just didn't really like their answers. Okay, so a little bit closer. again, we're in morph territory. Okay, there it is. All right, so that's not a finished drawing, but these are pretty important parts of the pose. Let's watch it play through. And he just kind of kicks it out and comes back. They need to have a new up-and-coming section for smaller brands to give them some shine. Conformity Farm demands respect. I agree, man. I don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but you know, we're just going to keep working and keep making it bigger. We're not. Here's the one thing I don't want to do. I don't want to placate. I don't want to do things so that I'm like, how do I say this? I'm only one person. I mean, there's more than one of us involved in Conformity Farm, but I'm doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And so as I make decisions, like, I don't want to get thinned out by this concept that, you know, I want to make the conventions happy. Not that I don't want to be in good relationship with the conventions. Of course I want to. But what I would say is, I don't know, I want his head to come back around. So his head kind of went over and back. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, it's definitely got something. Oh yeah, that's for sure. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So what I really need are some frames of his head coming down. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, and he doesn't really... It works though. But anyway, yeah, no, I'm more concerned about making good products and just building that out. And I think eventually I'll be able to get tables. I think they'll be happier if I have more points of sale. I only have one graphic novel. So to take a table to be like, I got one book for sale, like, yeah, that's the one thing I think they do have a good point on. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. But I'm not going to rush to get more stuff. And also, I'm not going to make a bunch of fan art. I am low battery. I am waiting for it. Battery 5. This 10 a.m., but I am home this day. I am looking for a TV Panasonic. Not sure what that means. Mr. Pones Games 123. You confuse me, but I'm with you on the topic. I'm just not sure what you're talking about. I wonder if we can get his head to come around. It's like what I wanted to do. His head just went there and came back. So maybe what we'll do is, you know what? Maybe we can do it with these ones. Maybe we can bring the head down. Let's try something here. Let's bring the head down. Like this. And then the next one is this one. So let's make sure that we're matching. And actually, I want this to come down even more. Okay, let's see if that works. It does kind of come around, doesn't it? Yeah, that's kind of what I was looking for. I wanted it to do a little bit more. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, we'll do that. Oh yeah, I should do that, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah, I should do that. Maybe we could add more. Oh yeah. Isn't that funny that these incomplete drawings just kind of flow into the animation? Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's one thing to learn from animation is like, you know, you might have a really terrible drawing, but it's only going to be there for a second. So make sure you're just getting, if it's going to be a bad drawing, make sure it's giving you a lot of the oomph that you need. Yeah, I guess he kind of does it. Oh, I wonder if we can do it even more. Maybe we'll warp it, see if that helps. Oh, ugh. And then this one, okay. Just to go even more. actually work. That's too abrupt. Good, you got battery. Now you're back on the stream. I like that we got more people watching the stream and I don't have any music playing. Like the music was never the issue. It's kind of doing it. Maybe we should slow it down right here at this one and bring it back instead of snapping right here. Maybe we'll add some more. And we'll call this 8.3. How many do we need? 3 to get here. So we'll do 8.3 to 8.5. 1, 2, 3. So we got 8.1, 8.2, 8.2 twice. So let's get rid of that. So we'll do 8.3. This is the boring part. I don't know if there's an easier way to do this. I really don't know. 8.4. I never actually worked in an animation studio. I just learned it myself. 8.4, then 8.5. I just taught myself how to animate. And then, okay, so then, okay. 5. And then these ones gotta go. 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're gonna try to get it back to here, but we went by squishing it. Oh, look. And we want to come back, knowing that our spot that we're trying to come back to is 1, 2. Interesting. Let's see if we can make this work. Oh, this 3 raining started. Yeah, it's raining here. It's raining really hard here, actually. Bro, how are you age? Oh, how old do you think I am? All right, so maybe he'll blink a little bit. Okay, there we are. Okay. Ooh, I'm a little nervous. How's this gonna turn out? So this is the 4. 3. Okay. All right, let's see how it goes. Ooh, that's gonna work. I'm glad I went back and really dove into it. Where are we at here? Oh, I need headphones.
Plywood surgeon.
Oh, am I hearing myself? How's the audio? That actually turned out pretty well. Okay, so if we can go in there and clean it up, I think it's actually going to do what we're hoping it'll do. I'll have to do a little bit of work on the pause, but this might actually turn out to be worth it. I think there's about a 30-second delay. What I love about this is that I can just let it play animation. That's so cool. You know? What is this? What is this connected to? Okay, let's do it. Oh shoot. see what we got. Oop. Bro, what you're looking for. What am I looking for? Well, I'm kind of watching it to kind of get his head to come around. Whoa, whoa. And it's kind of come around. Whoa. And then he'll be able to kind of sit here. I'll probably come back for tomorrow's stream or another stream, whenever I do it, and maybe focus on, I don't know, his head kind of morphs, his eye morphs. And I'm just observing it so that I can get an idea of like what I maybe need to do next. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe something like that. I guess you could really say I probably didn't need to put all those frames in there. Not too bad. Where are we at here? 9:30. Okay. So I didn't really have a lot of time to do a super long stream, but that was, let's save that. So, yep, that's going to conclude tonight's stream. Thank you for subscribing. If you like the video, like it. Set the notifications when I go live. And, you know, I'll carve out more time after grad school for streaming. I really love streaming. And I'll revamp the stream after the animation's done. So I don't know how far we are away from finishing the animation. I don't know. It's hard to know. But I can just keep, you know, that'd be interesting too. Like, I need to have like a graph or something. They call them X sheets, but like an X sheet with all the animation that I need so that I could actually physically see almost like a gauge of how close we are to finishing the animation. I mean, the one thing that's kind of keeping the Conformity Farm projects going so long is just like, you know, committing to what you want to say, which I think took a long time for me to figure out. And so I didn't wait until I had something to say to make projects, which I think is inherently a mistake because it keeps you in this like constant phase of like kind of improvising and like you get pulled in a lot of different directions. But I think before you do a project, no matter how big or small it is, you really need to know what the message is or what your core thing that you're trying to communicate. It might be some sort of lesson. It might be some political motivation, or it might be, you know, you're just trying to tell a certain simple type of story. But sorry, I'm hearing like blood-curdling screams outside. I might have misinterpreted them. Might be a Kitty Genevieve situation. Anyway, Mr. Pones Games 123, thanks for watching the stream. Gray Fox, if you stuck it around, thanks for hanging out. I know I wasn't chatting as much. It seems like I get more people to stay around if I talk more, so I think that's definitely something I can do. But you know, it's tough. You know, you don't want to talk about politics. You know, politics kind of dominate, and then a lot of the stuff that's going on in my life is like school, so you know, I don't want to talk about that too much. So I'll just talk about Conformity Farm, and maybe we'll do, or you know what I could do? I could schedule schedule my reaction video. Is anybody here interested in seeing a Bill Clinton reaction video on my part? Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, and Les Wexner. I actually do find the Jeffrey Epstein situation to be a particularly important historical moment in time, maybe ever. And you're good. You can talk about anything, bro. I appreciate that. But no, I do think the Jeffrey Epstein stuff is particularly important, and so. Oh, they're more like catcalling. Well, not even catcalling. People are having a good time. I don't think that it's negative. But yeah, so, talking about stuff. Yes, do a reaction video. You're into that? Maybe I should schedule it. So I want to do a reaction video of the Bill Clinton deposition on the Jeffrey Epstein case. They're about 4.5 hours. So really, to get through the Jeffrey Epstein depositions, the 3 big ones that are out, which is Les Wexner, Hillary, and Bill Clinton, which I might be able to skip the Hillary Clinton one because it seems like Hillary really doesn't know anything about it. But Bill Clinton was on his plane 26 times, and Les Wexner transferred like $1.5 billion in assets and cash to him, and was like, I don't know. It's the craziest thing. Like, how can we possibly be living through this? Like, yeah, and it's not particularly about Donald Trump, which obviously it is to some extent, but like, it's just this odd thing where like, people who have the wrong explicit material on their hard drives, the despicable stuff, these despicable crimes, get put away for almost a century, rightfully so. And people who commit these crimes, they end up, losing everything and losing decades of their life because they took so much from these other people. And you have these victims who are able to identify these people, and these people are so powerful and so high up in the caste system of our civilization that there really is no way to bring them to justice. And people are starting to realize that there's a 2-tier justice system. Like, even Martin Shkreli went to prison. So it's not about just being rich. It's a club, So, I don't know. I think that stuff's interesting. There's a reason why I called my channel Conformity Farm. It has a lot to do with, like, thinking about society. If I was a more prolific creator, I would talk about these things more often. But the Trump presidency moves so quickly that there's just no way that I can put things out to react to it. So all I can really do is just not talk about specific things that happen. Rather, I have to create art in the mood of the era that I'm making the art. And so Chip and Chunk, this animation that I'm doing, is kind of dark. It's very dark. And you'll see. God, I wish I knew when it would be done, but it'll be done when it's done. Yeah, so that's where I'm at with it. Okay, so it's a little bit, almost an hour long stream. I guess I could do better. Maybe I could kind of come back to this drawing and keep developing this so that I have everything I need, put it in color, move on. I did some writing for this episode as well, or for some of these cartoons, so everything's pretty good. Like, I highly recommend, if you're someone who's creative and you're struggling to come up with ideas, you have to read more. At least that was one of my issues. The more I read, the better outcomes I have. So it's required for school, and so I started like really cruising through a lot of material that I want to read, because I don't want to just read academic stuff, and I'm having fantastic responses to my mental health and everything, so I'm very happy about that. Okay, so if you like the video, put a like on the video, comment in the comments, subscribe to let the get the alerts going so you know what's going on. That's where we're at. We're gonna keep cruising, baby. A lot of talking, a little bit of drawing. Maybe we can get better. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you.